Hello and welcome to Daily Reflection with Aneel Aranha. Today is the 22nd of October 2018. We're going to reflect on Luke 12:13 to 21. Listen. Someone in the crowd said to Jesus, "Teacher, tell my brother to share the inheritance with me." Jesus replied to him, "Friend, who appointed me as your judge and arbitrator?" Then he said to the crowd, "Take care to guard against all greed. For though one may be rich, one's life does not consist of possessions." Then he told them a parable. There was a rich man whose land produced a bountiful harvest. He asked himself, "What shall I do? For I do not have space to store my harvest." And he said, "This is what I shall do. I shall tear down my barns and build larger ones. There I shall store all my grain and other goods, and I shall say to myself, now as for you, you have so many good things stored up for many years. Rest, eat, drink, and be merry." But God said to him, "You fool, this night your life will be demanded of you, and the things you have prepared, to whom will they belong? Thus will it be for the one who stores up treasure for himself, but is not rich in what matters to God." The Gospel of the Lord. The first of the 10 commandments given to Moses says, "I am the Lord your God. You shall have no other gods before me." That's Exodus 22. Now, other gods are anything that we set up in our hearts before God, and this includes anything that we might be attached to. Would we be able to be parted from them? Greed or avarice is considered one of the 7 deadly sins, and it is extremely possessive. It takes our basic need of security and ownership to perverse levels, making us work for them rather than have them work for us. So we end up craving for things very often belonging to others, accumulating them, and then refusing to part with them, having become immensely attached to them. So, what do you own that you cannot be parted with? Is it your collection of books or movies? Do you find it difficult to lend them? And if you do, are you able to rest easy until they are returned? How about the curios that adorn your showcase? What if one of them breaks? Does your heart break with it? What about a treasured item of jewelry? If it goes missing, do you turn your house upside down trying to find it, getting increasingly desperate with every moment? What about your house itself? If you had to suddenly leave it one day, how difficult would it be for you to walk away and not look back? Lot's wife found it extremely difficult. You see Genesis 19 for this story. Before God destroyed the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah, he sent an angel down to tell Lot to get out with his family because he was found righteous in his eyes. When Lot and his family had left, the angel told them to flee for their lives. And he said, "Do not look back or stop anywhere." Lot's wife, however, couldn't resist stealing a look back at the city of pleasure she was leaving behind and all the possessions she had in it, and instantly became a pillar of salt. And there is a strong moral to this story. Inordinate attachment to material things can lead to a perversion of the soul. Greed makes one mean-spirited and obnoxious, and our literature is replete with stories of men like that. Scrooge, King Midas, Silas Marner, the Grinch. We find ourselves detesting these men and rejoicing when they change, but very often we don't realize how much we mirror them. So let us not be greedy people, but people of generosity instead, and we will be blessed. God be with you.